Okay, E9, today we are going to have a look at profit, financial loss, and financial discounts. Again, we're going to be dealing heavily with percentages. And so I thought I'd put these little guys who are so happy. Okay, let's get going. So when we are looking at financial profit, loss, and discounts, percentages are widely used in the world of finance. That's why we've been looking at percentages these two lessons. Profits, losses, any commissions you get, any discounts you get, whatever your tax, it's always expressed, so communicated, and calculated using percentages. So using percentages as a median, this is how we usually talk about if you've got a discount, if you've profited, if you've lost any money. So we're going to deal with percentages. The first thing we're going to look at is determining profit. Now, when I talk about profit, I mean the amount of money made on a particular sale or from a particular year or a certain amount of revenue. We're talking about gain, okay? So I've got an example here. A manufacturer produces an item for $400 and sells it for $540. What profit did he make? Really simple, guys. Sells it for $540, cost him $400, which means he's made $140 on it. Okay, so we made $140. That's my profit. Now, how much is that as a percentage? So I need to find out what percent is 140 of 400. So I have 140 and I need to work out what percent it is of 400. Like we learned yesterday, 140 goes on the top, 400 goes on the bottom. Why? We're trying to work out what percent 140 is of 400. Okay? What percent of profit did he make? So I've worked out the dollars. Okay? Now I need to work out that as a percentage. So I simply go 140 over 400, which would give me an answer of 0.35. Now some of you can stop there. Some of you can tell me, sweet miss, I've got that decimal 0.35. I know that's 35%. Okay? For others of you, you might want to go write it like this: 140 over 400 multiplied by 100, which will give you an answer of 35. And then all you have to do is pop the percentage sign in. I do want some of you getting used to recognizing this decimal 0.35 and knowing that that is 35%. Okay? If not, you can write it like this guy up here: 140 on 400 multiplied by 100. Again, what I am doing there is I'm saying, this is my profit in dollars. What percent is this of 400? Okay? Instead, if I'm looking at markup, if I say, how much was this product marked up? For those of you who are going to be getting a job soon, if not already have one, and you work in retail, you'll be looking at markups all the time. Markups is an amount added to a cost price to get a selling price. So a lot of the time, if you walk into a store, the shopkeeper will buy it for $10. He might sell it for $15. That amount added to the cost price to get the selling price, that $5, is called the markup. So an electrical store marks up an entertainment system by 30%. Okay? So JB Hi-Fi marks it off by 30%. If JB Hi-Fi, if the cost price of it was $8,000, so if JB Hi-Fi bought it for $8,000, what will be its selling price? Now, there's two ways you can look at it. I'm going to show you the first way that I would do. So, if it's $8,000, oh, there goes a plane in the background. Welcome to Mr. Corsi's life. If it's $8,000 and I'm selling it at a 30% markup, I am technically selling it at 130% of its cost price. So I can multiply it by 1.3. That would then give me an answer of 10,400. That's what I was making you guys do yesterday. That's the quick way. So if it's $8,000 originally and I mark it up by 30%, I'm needing to work out 130% of its value. If that confuses you, we can go the other way. Okay? So we can go 30% of 8,000. Okay, 30% of 8,000. Now, I write percentages like that when I'm working them out, okay? You need to get used to being able to do that. So, 30% is 2,400, okay, when I've calculated it at. So I can then go, therefore, 8,000 plus 2,400 equals 10,400. And do the 2 steps. I am happy for you if you don't get the other way to do it like this. All I've done is exactly the same thing, but worked out the 30% separately and then added it to the 100% of the cost price. So, whichever way works for you. I prefer the first way, but if this way makes more sense to you, go this way. Now, determining discount, okay? So say, for example, Harvey Norman advertise a discount on all equipment on a Christmas special. Find the sale price on a projection system that has a mark price of $18,000. So, 2 ways, again, to do this. I'm going to show you the first way and the way I like. This will be a lap over from last lesson, okay? So if it's marked 15% off, that equipment, it's marked it at 15% off. Technically, that $18,000 projection system is now only 85% of its original price. Okay, so it's only 85. Where did I get that 85 from? That's 100% minus the 15% discount to get me 85%. So what I can technically do, I can write that 85 as 0.085 multiplied by 18,000, which will get me an answer of 15,300. First off, I know my answer's right because it is less than 18,000, and I'm talking about discount, so I know I'm going down. Second thing I know, okay, 15% discount isn't too dramatic, okay, it's not a lot. There's not a lot between 18 and 15. It kind of seems right. This is how I estimate, okay, this is how I look at my answer and guess and check. So I'm happy with that. That's one way I can work it out. Another way that I can actually work this out is by, again, using the same system that I used last time, working out what 15% of 18,000 is. So again, I write 15% like that, multiplied by 18,000, which will give me an answer of 2,700. I then subtract 2,700 from 18,000. That's my discount, that's my 15%, and I am subtracting it from 100% of my original cost selling price, and that would give me an answer like I got before of 15,300. So you can either do it in 2 steps or 1 step, guys, whatever makes sense for you guys. Finally, we're going to determine a saving. Now, hopefully, again, this should be a little bit of revision. Toys R Us are having a toy discounted. What am I talking about? Toys R Us discounts a toy by 10%. Good on you, Toys R Us. Due to a sale. If the sale price was $10.80, what was the original? So, what do I know? I've got $10.80. Sweet, I got my toy on sale. And what did I get it on sale for? I got it at 10% off. So, the cool thing we can do here is, if I've got this toy at 10% off, okay, 10% off means that $10.80 was 90% of its original price, okay? At $10.80, it's at 90% of its original price. In order to work out what the original price was, I simply get $10.80 and divide it by 0.9. Now, why do I do that? When I divide a number by a decimal that is less than 1, I get a number greater. What I'm technically saying here is I'm saying $10.80 was 90% of its value. What is my original price? And I would spit out an answer of 12, which means 10.8 divided by 0.9, because again, $10.80 was 90% of its original price because you got it at 10% off. 100 subtract 10 is 90. Okay. If I multiply 10.8 by 0.9, I get an answer of 12 or $12. Okay. So it's pretty straightforward, guys, and that's it. That's determining profit, loss, and discounts.